I just went midnight to 6, just real quick. It was, tried to save a horse and ride a cowboy, you know what I'm saying? So, as you can tell by the title, this is the story of how I accidentally paid for a special massage in Bangkok. Take a seat, relax, and enjoy. So a few months ago, I landed in Bangkok after 26 hours of traveling, going from Boston to Bangkok. It's a long flight. Sitting at the airport and waiting for a few hours, then normally a 17-hour flight from Boston to Hong Kong, another layover, and then 3.5 hours from Hong Kong to Bangkok. So when you arrive, you're pretty sore. I check into my hotel, and I don't know much about Bangkok. I haven't explored the city much. I've only, at this point, spent a couple of days there. So what do I decide to do? I thought it'd be a fantastic idea to try and go and get myself a nice relaxing massage. So I walk around and try and find a nice place to get one. The first one I find has a few ladies out front. I awkwardly walk right in and go up to the counter. There's a woman standing there who asks me how long. I say, 1 hour, please. The woman at the counter says it's about $30 US. And I was like, that seems a little on the expensive side, like more than what I would have expected. But you know, back at my hotel, it was like $100, and back in the US, it'd be $100. So I guess $30 isn't too bad. Whatever. And a woman next to her brings me upstairs. I have never gotten, at this point, a massage in Thailand before. So she brings me to a room. There's like a massage bed, and she says she'd be right back. Her English isn't the greatest, and then she walks away. So I do what you do when you get a massage. I got undressed, put the towel on me, lay down in the bed. The woman comes back in and says, no, here, and points me to a shower on the other side of the room. I was like, oh, this can go one of two ways, but I guess it makes sense. You know, it's like 90 degrees outside in Bangkok, walking around, everyone's probably hot and sweaty, you know, unhygienic. You don't want to be rubbing someone sweaty. Makes sense, I guess. So I'm like, all right, this is a little weird, but whatever. So I got in the shower, she turns it on, she asks if the water's okay, as best as she can. And this is where things get strange. So she proceeds to get undressed and get in the shower with me. Nothing suggestive happening here, right? She just starts cleaning me off, you know, doesn't touch me inappropriately, just body washes me, rinses me off, and then tells me to go dry off. And then she continues to shower herself, body washes and whatnot, cleans herself off. So I'm like, this, I don't know what's going on here. This is strange. So I finish drying myself off. I go and lay back down in the bed. She gives me a decent massage for a while. Then she has me turn over. That's why I honestly don't remember whether or not she put clothes back on. But I'm just trying to just close my eyes and enjoy it as best as I can. And before I know it, she's giving me a vacuum treatment. Use your imagination on that. And I'm just, it'd be one thing if like I went into this expecting this. That'd be fine, you know, I'd be prepared, you know, mentally ready for this experience, but I wasn't. This isn't what I expected or what I wanted going into this. So I'm just like, oh boy, like thrown off quite a bit, you know? So she's just doing her best, not doing a bad job, but I'm just so thrown off, you know? But again, eyes closed, trying to just remain calm. Because at this point it's like not having done anything like this before, I'm starting to think of like the morality of it. I accidentally paid for this. So while I had my eyes closed, I didn't realize that she was preparing and then ended up putting a raincoat on me. And at this point, I started disassociating a little bit because I was just like, can he get STDs from this? Is this, what's going on? And I was just so unprepared mentally, physically, emotionally for this to be happening that I just went midnight to 6, just real quick. It was embarrassing. I felt bad for the woman. She honestly was like, she was pretty decent looking, and I don't know if I was hurting her feelings because she threw that on and then tried to save a horse and ride a cowboy, you know what I'm saying? And it wasn't happening. It was just a no-go. So she's sitting there trying to solve the problem, and I was just like, I don't think it's gonna happen. I'm sorry, it's not you, it's me. Performance issues. Like, you can't blame me in that kind of situation. Had a little bit too much on my mind. Is that just me? Like, when you're not prepared for such a situation that, I don't know, maybe I should be better at improvising. But I just didn't feel right, you know? I'm sure if I woke up that morning and was like, this is what I'm doing today, I would have been totally ready, you know, have no performance issues, would have had a great time. but just not expecting any of that. It just, yeah. So at this point, we're both just sitting up, unsure of what to do. I feel bad and am afraid that I'm making her feel bad, and I don't want to make her self-conscious, but at the same time she doesn't really speak English, so I'm trying to like compliment her as best I can, and I don't know how she was taking it, and she just kept trying, and I was like, it's not happening, dog. Pause the video real quick and leave a comment on what you would do in this situation, because I really just did not know what to do, and I don't think she did either. She just kept on trying, and I'm like, it's not gonna work. And it's like, it's too late now to just go back to the massage. You can't go back in the steps. You can't even call it a happy ending at this point, because she was trying for a lot more than that. I couldn't think of a way to just get out of the scenario. Like, I couldn't just run away to just not make her feel awful. I just finished myself off, and then it was like, okay, I guess we can be done now. So I got dressed, and I just felt so awful, not knowing what I was getting myself into, and just like, I just felt so bad for the girl. And I didn't know what the appropriate amount to tip was, and because I felt so bad, I wanted to tip her extra. So I'm pretty sure I literally tipped her like $15, which is like literally 50% of the massage cost. And I was like, do people normally tip? And she was like, no. And I'm like, oh, then I guess this is a pretty good tip then. And I just ran out of there and went back to my hotel, traumatized. But after spending some more time in Thailand, I now know what to look out for when you're looking for just a regular massage, and what to look for when you don't want just a regular massage. The biggest tip would be that a normal massage in Thailand should only cost between $6 to $9, in some places $12, but any more than that, yeah. It was quite the day of awkwardness. So I go back to my hotel, and it has the Let's Relax onsen inside. Now I was really excited to try it, but I have no idea of how like an onsen works. So I go in, I get my pass, they give you a wristband, and then they bring you to another room where you take your shoes off and they give you flip-flops. And they bring you from there to a counter where they scan your wristband and they give you a bag that just has 2 towels in it, 1 normal towel, 1 tiny towel, and then also like weird like onsen pajamas in case you're walking around throughout the spa. So I go to the locker room, you tap the locker with your wristband to unlock it, and I didn't know you get completely naked to go into the onsen. Wasn't prepared for that, but I was like, you know what, at this point, this day has just been too much. Screw it. So I got naked, I had the towel. I just have no idea what's going on. So you just have this little towel that's just barely big enough to cover your junk, like passively when you're walking around. And this like old big Chinese guy was like kind of like laughing at how I had no idea what was going on, and he kind of like tried his best to tell me how to do things, and I was appreciative. And I guess the etiquette is to like, there's like this massive barrel of water once you get like into like this spa room, and you're supposed to dump a few buckets of water on your head, and you pick a pool to go into. There was like 7 different pools. Some were hot, some were ice cold, but it was just awkward. Just junk everywhere. Try your best not to look. Don't go into an overpopulated pool. It was a day just full of awkwardness. But I gotta say, the onsen was very relaxing, much more relaxing than that massage. And the reason I'm telling you this story is because I want you to look at me as an honest person, someone who you can see as a friend. I appreciate you for watching the videos, and I hope you appreciate me for making them. I want to be as open as possible. Send me a screenshot that you're subscribed to the channel and that you like the new video to me on Instagram. I'm going to be picking a few random people, and I'm going to Venmo you $20. So send me a screenshot. Also make sure that you're following me on Instagram. If you're watching this to the end, I appreciate you. Let me know in the comments what you guys want to see next time.